Hi everybody and welcome to Heel Heat. My name is George Coles. This is my tag team partner, Haku.
Gary Rhodes, everybody thinks Fatu Rikishi.
You're the Samoan Haku.
Got the one there. I'm a bad man.
Anyway, this is our Ring of Honor show for the week, and let's go right into it. First match of the night is Alex Reynolds and John Silver versus CNC Wrestle Factory.
It explains it. I don't know. Actually, no, it was actually a good match. It was a really good match. I honestly,
for one, you knew the results going into. It was good. They're building up CNC to be their next great tag team, I think. When they already got a great tag team as the champions in Red Dragon.
I think so too, but I think they're trying to legitimize them against the Red Dragon. I think that's what it is. I mean, Red Dragon's white hot right now. I mean, they've beaten the Wolves, they've beaten the Briscoes. I mean, you name them, they've beat them.
I think they beat CNC already, haven't they?
I think they have actually with the whole triple threat match last show from Best in the World.
Yep.
They beat them in Scum.
And Alex Reynolds and John Silver, this was the first time I've seen either of the two. I thought they looked really good, and I've noticed that when Ring of Honor does matches like this, that it's kind of almost a
test.
A test, yeah. See how you go over with the fans. They seem to get over well, and hopefully we'll see more of them. I mean, I didn't see anything from them that I didn't like.
No, I think this is a well worked match.
A perfect example of that is Matt Taemin, who we're going to talk about a little bit later, who last year did a similar thing.
Yeah. But I think this match was well worked out. It didn't look like a straight up job match. They've had some good spots both sides. That's the one thing I do like about Ring of Honor is if they send guys their enhancement talent, if you want to call them that, they still make these guys look good. The better the match, the better the winner's going to look.
Exactly.
You know, back in the old days, back with the old superstar days, back in WWE, you know, you get a guy, you destroy a jobber. Everybody was destroying jobbers, so you really didn't see how good they were until they had a decent match. That's one thing I do like about Ring of Honor.
And the wrestling business is different now.
Exactly. People are a lot smarter.
And there's not jobber matches anymore, so. Unless your name's Ryback.
Feed him more. Tryback.
Anyway. The interesting thing I seen was when ACH and
Darius Thomas?
Yeah, when ACH and Darius Thomas came out scouting the match.
They're all about belts and.
Yeah. They're another great tag team. Ring of Honor has a great tag division. But next we have the matchmaker for Ring of Honor, Nigel McGuinness, came out talking about the Briscoes being injured, which if you guys watched last show, I went a little bit ahead of myself talking about some stuff with them. But storyline-wise, they're injured and we're waiting for next week to find out the results.
So,
but if you're watching the show, you already know.
They won't be able to participate in the ROH for Scum match, so Steen was wanting the spot.
Yeah, and they never actually said, because before Nigel could agree or disagree, Scum came out and attacked.
But if you notice, a lot of the Ring of Honor team came out and helped Steen this time.
What was everybody else that would have been on the team? It was Elgin, Lethal, and BJ Whitmer. Which, you know, it is what it is. It progresses storyline. Steen, it's pretty obvious they're going to put Steen into it. They go this route a lot. This is a classic wrestling gimmick.
And next we had the Women of Honor match. Veda Scott versus Mischief. It was pretty good. Veda Scott, they kind of made her look like she was just not wanting to get beaten. Mm-hmm. And it took a lot of stuff for Mischief to finally close the match.
You know what it almost reminded me of? It reminded me of 1-2-3 Kid versus Razor Ramon. Remember when 1-2-3 Kid got a quick pin on Razor, then the next match Razor just destroyed him?
Mm-hmm.
And it took everything he had to beat him? That's kind of what it was. They made Mischief look like she's still the most dominant woman in the division. However, it took everything she had to beat Veda.
Now the next match I was very impressed with. Silas Young versus Adam Page, two virtual unknowns. They've been there back and forth, and I remember telling you before we saw the match that I said this match here is probably going to steal the show because these guys want a spot.
Well, and like we were talking about with Silver and Reynolds earlier, these guys were in that position. They were in the top prospect tournament last year. Silas and Adam Page have both been. I know Adam Page had a tag match with Mike Seidel at one point, and Silas Young has had a couple shots here and there. This is their first real go at it, and they gave him a pretty decent length match. I thought it was excellent. I liked how they worked each other. And I liked the surprise ending with Adam Page picking up the win.
And I like Silas Young attacking him after that.
Yep.
I think this match here pretty much
Made two new stars.
Exactly. I think almost stole the show.
It almost did. If it wasn't for the two guys in the main event, it would have.
I think so. It was very close though, but for the television championship, it was diehard Eddie Edwards versus the champion Matt Taemin.
With the Hoopla Hotties.
With the Hoopla Hotties.
And
Truth Martini.
I don't remember. As soon as I seen the Hotties, it doesn't.
Yeah. This match here, I know you've been getting hotter on Taemin as time's gone by.
Well, he's getting better and better, and the better the competition he's in the ring with, the better he's putting out matches on, and this was no exception.
I have to totally agree with you. This match here, I was figuring it was going to be more one-sided with Edwards, doing a little bit of some of his showcase moves, and Taemin is taking them and somehow getting a count out or anything like that. Taemin wins with a pin over diehard Eddie Edwards, which is very impressive.
Well, there was some distraction. It was a little schmooze at the end.
Well, distraction or not, I mean that's very impressive.
Yeah,
I think.
Well, for they're one of the very few guys that has been a Triple Crown champion there. I think it's him and Roderick Strong are the only two that have been. For Taemin to pick up a win on Eddie, that says something about it.
Does. I think this kid here could be a main eventer one day.
He could be a contender. He could have been. He is a main eventer. This was a main event.
Well, I'm talking about like straight up world championship page.
But
you get me. But anyways, I was very impressed with this match. It is really some of the moves Taemin was pulling out of his ass were just awesome, and along with Edwards.
Well, I think Edwards is the cream of the crop in Ring of Honor. I think there's a handful of guys that are absolutely him, Roderick Strong, Kevin Steen, his partner Davey Richards, Jay Lethal. All these guys are pretty much as good as it gets in Ring of Honor, and Matt Taemin is kind of in that second tier. He's pushing his way up into the Elgins and those guys in the world that he's coming up into their category where 6 months ago, 3 months ago, he was lower down.
No, he was just a beginner.
Yeah.
Not beginner, but I'm saying he was just a lower level guy.
I kind of think it was. I kind of think it took him a while to acclimate to the gimmick change to get with Truth Martini and being on television, because he's a guy that was an indie wrestler and now he's on a national TV show. Not that Ring of Honor's huge, but they got a bigger following than anywhere he's ever been before that.
That plus he was a babyface.
Yeah. And
it's more fun being a heel.
When they stuck him with Truth, I think it was a little bit of a growing thing, because Truth's character changed with him. Truth instead of being a cult leader style, he's more of a scumbag style now.
And I like that.
That's because you're a scumbag.
That's true.
It's damn true.
Oh, it's real.
It's damn real.
Exactly.
But anyway, Taemin picks up an impressive win.
An impressive match.
Yeah. And we'll go right into it, our ratings for the show for the week. Now, if you've seen the show before, you already know this, but if you haven't, we have a 1 to 5 scale, 5 being the best, 1 being the worst. I'll go ahead and let you give out your rating first, Gary.
I'm going to give it a solid 4. I was very impressed with it. There wasn't a lot of downtime. The Silas Young-Adam Page match really impressed me, along with the main event. The opening match started hot, so, I'm going to give it a 4.
I gave last week's show a 5, and I don't see no reason not to give this one a 5 either. You had a great tag team match, a good women's match, 2 solid singles matches in it, and a good interaction with the promo. There wasn't nothing on here that if I watched it on DVR I'd fast forward through. Everything kept my interest. It was good. It was. Plus, how can you complain? There was 3, 4 different women on there that are very attractive.
Like I said, I thought it was a solid show.
Yeah. But I give it a 5, you give it a 4. And basically that's all I got to say. Anything you needed to add?
That's it.
My name is George Coles.
I'm Gary Rhodes.
And this has been Heel Heat.